Today we are showing you how to install underfloor heating in your motorhome, van, camper, wherever you want to live in.
And underfloor heating is one of those things a lot of people go, well, that's a luxury item. Isn't that hard to install? It's actually really easy. It's easy for residential use these days. It's also easy to do it in a van. So if you're going to be somewhere where it's colder climates and you don't want to wake up and have to walk around on a cold floor, it's just a little bit of a luxury item, but it's always nice to have.
And in the second part of the video we'll also show you how we installed our laminate flooring, which changed the entire look of our home and made a big difference.
We are going to use some Cold Buster underfloor heating. This is a DIY kit for under tile or under timber. They have under carpet kit as well. This one is for 2 square meters because we have a lot of square meters in the log. And we'll show you how it's done, how we install it. How this is a DIY kit, so anyone can do this, and this is compatible for any kind of van, motorhome. As long as your electrical system can handle this, which it's only like 300 watts. Like 300 watts, so if your electrical system can handle 300 watts, you can have underfloor heating.
But does it run on 240 or 12 or 24?
It runs on 240 because the thermostat is for 240 volts. So it's made for residential stuff, but yeah, you can use it for a van. Before you start, get in contact with Cold Buster and send them your floor plan, as Ben, the installation manager, can send you a sketch of how to lay down your floor mats and where they're going to have to be turned around again. So that's how we did ours. Alright, so your kit will come with this cable guard tester. What this is for is pretty much you want to connect your wires and your ground to this. So if at any point during this installation, like if you're doing a bigger install in a big bus or even in a house, and someone comes in and accidentally chops through the heating wire, this thing will beep. So you leave this connected during the whole time of the install, and so what happens if something gets disconnected? Beeps. So we'll leave that on there. We're not working with power tools around here, so hopefully we won't cut anything. But just in case, we'll leave it on to make sure that we're not cutting through our wire. Once you get to the end of where you want to put it, you're pretty much going to cut the mesh. Don't cut the wire, cut the mesh, so this red mesh. Cut it all the way along until you get to the wire, and then leave the rest of that where you go. Then you can pretty much turn this the other way and come back this way. Because we've got a bit of a gap to fill here, we're actually going to have to pull probably a little bit of this wire off of the mesh and just tape it down with some insulation tape up to here. And then from here we'll start with the mat again. So it's important that when you get to the parts where you don't have the mesh, you don't cross the cables over each other, and make sure there's a bit of a gap between them. So Yele right now is just taping this down in a bunch of different spots just to make sure that this wire doesn't cross over the other one.
We're done. That was so quick and easy, and the underfloor heating is glued down to the floor with those strips that come on the mesh. And now we can finally put our laminate down, and we'll see. Maybe Patrick wants to do some electrical work and we can actually test the floor heater. But also, we had like 35 degrees today, so it might not be the best day to test it.
Well, put on the floor heater and turn on the AC.
Yeah, at the same time, because we have almost unlimited power, right?
Now, before you put in your floor, make sure you put in your temperature sensor. Because if not, your thermostat is going to be useless. So your temperature sensor is, it's recommended to install it furthest away from the heating wires. So pretty much you want to go right in the middle between them, like that. And then I'll just use some tape to tape it down. And yeah, it's good to go somewhere where the floor heater area is actually, so you wouldn't want to put it like here, for example, because it's not really a heated area. You want to have it in there so you have an accurate reading of how warm the floor is in that area. So this is our Cold Buster thermostat. Now, there's a power button on the side, so you can turn it on off. That's off. That's on. It's a simple touch screen. It'll tell you the temperature of the floor at the moment, and then you can either put different kinds of settings on, or you can manually set the temperature. So if I set it to 27, for example, leave it there, then you can have different settings like heating schedules, energy use. There's a like vacation mode where you can make sure the floor doesn't ever freeze. So you can put it at, set it, I think 5 degrees or something like that. It'll always keep it at 5 degrees. Yeah, it's a pretty simple, straightforward installation. It comes with like a backing plate this clips onto pretty much, and it has a whole like normal power outlet shroud, but we wanted to keep it smaller, so we left it at just this. And I'll show you how the wiring goes. It's actually really straightforward. We're looking at the back of the thermostat. This white wire here is your temperature probe that tells you, that will measure the temperature of the floor. The middle wire, black one here, is the input for the heater itself. So that's where your heater output, so the cold tail goes to the middle here, and the wire to the far left on this, in this case, is your actual power input. So this is what you connect to your inverter or your circuit breaker. And because there's no place for the earth, you just connect the two earths together with a crimper or solder them, whatever works for you. Yep, other than that, it's very straightforward, simple installation. They're all screw clamp fittings, so you just need a Phillips head screwdriver.
We are getting to our next project, which is our floor. We are going with a laminate flooring because it's hot wearing, and we had laminate in our van and
we loved it.
It survived everything.
Yeah, we
like
dropped so much stuff on it and nothing ever happened.
Flying coffee mugs, little kids,
weeing on it.
Survived everything. So this time we're going for one that's a little bit more heavy duty. It's 12 mil thick and it is waterproof as well, which was really important for us. The brand we're going for is Clever Choice, and the boards are called Clever Hydro XL. XL because they are wider and longer and thicker. And where did we get them from, Patrick?
So we got these boards from Floor World in Bunbury. The guys there, Chris and everyone, were super helpful. They got us samples of these and samples of all the other ones they wanted to see, which was a lot. And yeah, they're awesome. You can check out everything. They have a huge range and they get you some really good pricing. So thank you for that. Check out Floor World if you're gonna put some laminate or any other kind of like laminate, timber, carpet, anything in your truck.
Hybrid
floors, they have it all.
Vinyl.
So, and they can help you out. They can tell you how to install it. They could install it for you. Yep, they just supply only this for us. It was amazing. These we know exactly what we have to do.
And they would even come by to your house or truck and have a look and measure the area if you want them to, so they can get you the right amount of floorboards. So now we should get into it, Patrick.
And they're a national chain, so there's one in pretty much every bigger city. Yeah. Check it out.
It starts raining, so we have to be quick. Let's go!
Yeah, that's chopping our laminate floorboards. Super easy. Just toss them in your miter saw and off you go.
We are currently putting the floor down and we've done 2 strips already and now we're working on the 3rd one. So this is what it looks like at the moment. And now we'll show you how we do it. We are putting glue dots on the ground before we put the laminate down. And this is the same stuff we used for our wet wall panels. It's called iStick. And it will just keep them in place and stop them from rattling around on corrugations, and hopefully it helps.
The reason we're using the iStick is because even as a glue it's still pretty thick. So we're hoping that it kind of gives it a bit of a base to lay down on, because obviously with the underfloor heater it's very uneven.
And the whole idea behind it is we've done it in our van, we glued down the floor and we never had any issues. So now we're going to do the same thing again. Guys, that's it. If you have any questions, just pop a comment below and we'll reply as soon as possible. We are already traveling, so we have a lot of content coming out, travel stuff as well, and we took it off-road, had some mishaps happening, of course. If you don't want to miss out on that content, make sure to subscribe and you'll stay up to date. See you all next Sunday again.